Split Chain dropped their album Motionblur. What a fucking banger, man. This shit fucked. I enjoyed this thoroughly. I thought, I mean, it's one of that kind of like new age metalcore that I've been trying to get you on board with. I don't know if you've been seeing the vision. It feels like I'm talking to a wall every time I bring it up. But you know that kind of like that Wind Waker Acres type shit where it's like kind of like hyper pop, not hyper pop, but electronic. Like it
Uh-huh.
has those elements and it's like fun and it's like upbeat, but it's heavy and it has breakdowns. That new age metalcore shit. I fuck with it. I think this record is incredible because it hits that note for me and it scratches that little itch in my brain. Recently, I have been listening to and leaning on Hyperviolence by Wind Waker. So this record came out in the perfect time for me because it's like, as I said, it kind of scratches that same itch for me, but just in a different lane. It's not as electronic as Wind Waker, so if I'm not really feeling kind of that side of that record, this record still hits that kind of like very full, very vibey, atmospheric kind of level of metalcore, which I really like. And again, it's that new age, but it's kind of like dripping in right now. It's not like everyone's doing it yet, but it's kind of like if you know, you know,
Mhm.
you know? So really liking this record. My personal favorite is Split. I really liked Split. And then I really liked Born, Tired, Torn, and then also Rookie. So the A side was my favorite. Really enjoyed this record a lot. Fucks. Thumbs up.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this record. You know, we've been covering the singles as they've been rolling out. I discovered this band at the top of the year when they opened for Silverstein their first time over here in America. Was supporting Silverstein. What a way to make your way over here and
Right, that's
make your
crazy.
live debut
Hmm.
on this side of the world. And you know the singles, you know, like I think we talked about this literally in the last episode, and we say this all of the time. But you know the new band, so like the singles were only doing so much for me. Thought the stuff was
Hmm.
cool enough to be like, yeah, we're gonna go
We'll
all
keep
we're
following
gonna
it.
see this one through. But wasn't doing a ton for me, and that's no disrespect to any of the songs because I wound up really liking them in the record. That's just a
Hmm.
case of new band, so much music to listen to, listening to anywhere from 10 to 30 singles a week, and just trying to formulate a quick opinion on it to give like a speed review at the end of
Hmm.
the podcast about it. So, you know, going in and this really being the first time I'm fully going to digest something from Split Chain, I really enjoyed it. What I'm picking up is, you know, I really dig the production style because the production style is
Hmm.
very reminiscent to me of the new Thornhill record, Bodies,
Yes.
which is
Yes, which is that new age metalcore.
yes, which is a record I've been spending a lot of time with, especially after I got to
Me
see
too.
them perform it live.
Fuck off. But
Because
I don't care, you know? Sorry,
I really
sorry.
liked the record, but it kind of just came and went. There was a lot at the beginning of the year that I was spending a lot of time with,
Yeah.
and that record
It's
came out
such good.
after those albums. So I kind of revisited it, knowing that I was gonna have, you know, I was gonna go see a bunch of those songs live, and I spent a lot of time with the record after the fact. You know, I really dig that like sludgy, dirty like production that is on that
Yeah, like
record, and
hazy.
yes,
Yeah.
and it comes through perfectly on this album as well. You know, and it's got like the vibes on the record are very similar to me as well, not in like a copycat kind of way because of course the records were all done at about the same time, but
Hmm.
just in that same kind of living in the same kind of like Glory saying that that new age era of metal that's kind of been popping up. You
Hmm.
know, there's some tracks off of the new Acres record that I can definitely see what you're saying.
That's what I'm.
Wind Waker is
Hmm.
a little too bright for me, in my opinion,
They are. They are.
production
It's a
wise.
spectrum, you
Yeah,
know?
I see Acres, Split Chain, Thornhill, kind of all living in that world together. Not always Acres, but there's some cuts off of that new record that definitely live in that space. Wind
Mhm.
Waker, a little too bright,
Yeah.
but I'm seeing the vision. I'm seeing the
Dark.
vision. I'm starting to see
Yeah.
what you're pick. Well, I'm starting to pick up what you're putting down. That's
The
for
little
sure.
group that I'm forming, the little
Yeah,
tour package that I'm forming. Guys, hear me
shit would
out,
go
please.
nuts.
Please.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this record.
Mhm.
I'm not always one for like that dirty production style, but I think that the songs also really hold up. That's really the ticket, is like the production can be as dirty and grimy and hazy as you want it to be, but if the songs suck, the album's going to suck then, because now you've just got shitty production over shitty songs, and
And it's all just
yeah,
shit
yeah, now
now.
it's just shit.
Flush it, you know?
But but we've got this hazy, mysterious kind of production that's really grimy and not clean around the edges, which is something we're seeing just across the board in metal, is this very polished production, which I love. I love that shit. I eat that shit up all the time. But the songs on this record really stand out alongside it. Under the Wire is a fantastic way to open it. Bored, Tired, Torn was a single, but that shit absolutely rips, especially in the number 2 hole. I really like I'm Not Dying to Be Here, Who Am I? Subside is probably my favorite song off the record. That one was a real standout for me. Headway, coming right after that, is really solid. And then My Mistake is like the perfect way to close this record, because it slows down. It's like got this haunting vibe to it, which is complemented very nicely by the production style on the record. And it's a 5-minute track, but it makes sense for what they were going for on this record, to have a little bit of a longer, hazier, slower, haunting kind of song to close off what was basically just kicking you in the teeth for the last 30 some odd minutes. I was pleasantly blown away by this record. I know that a lot of people have been very excited by this band, especially since they, have made their way over here and started to infiltrate the United States by touring over here a couple times now. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about this band, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, they just toured with Silverstein, big rooms. Obviously eyes are going to be on them. But now I'm seeing the music back it up as well, and I am all the way here for this shit. This record absolutely rips, and I'm going to be spending time with this, that's for sure.
Damn straight. I fully agree, concur, ditto.